For nearly 6 months, the world of pop music has been eerily quiet. After the final curtain call of the Hit Me Hard and Soft tour in November 2025, Billie Eilish didn't just leave the stage. She left the grid. No interviews. No social media. Just a sprawling silence that left fans wondering if they'd seen her final performance for years to come. But this March, the silence didn't just break. It shattered. It started with a single, cryptic coordinate posted to her website for 3 minutes, then deleted. Coordinates that pointed straight to a forgotten warehouse in the heart of East Berlin. Tonight, we uncover the truth behind the ghost tour of March 2026. And the music that was never supposed to be heard. March 3rd, 2026. 2 a.m. A small group of fans who had tracked the coordinates gathered outside a nondescript industrial building. There were no lights, no security, just the faint, vibrating hum of a sub-bass that felt like a heartbeat through the pavement. Suddenly, the heavy iron doors creaked open. There were no tickets scanned, no phones allowed. Inside, the air was thick with blue mist and the scent of rain. And there, standing on a circular platform in the center of the room, was Billie. She didn't play bad guy. She didn't play lunch. For 2 hours, she performed a setlist of songs that don't exist on any streaming platform. Haunting, orchestral ballads that sounded like Blue had been stripped down and rebuilt in a cathedral of mirrors. Word traveled fast. By March 10th, similar pop-up incidents were reported in Tokyo, London, and Mexico City. This wasn't a tour designed by a label, it was a tour designed by an enigma. Industry insiders are calling it the eclipse era. Every show coincides with the exact moment of a lunar phase. Billie is reportedly bypassing every major arena she sold out in 2025, Wembley, the O2, Chase Center, in favor of spaces that hold the sound differently. But the real shocker? The guest list. At the London show, Phineas was nowhere to be seen. Instead, Billie was accompanied by a string quartet of local students she'd reportedly handpicked from the streets just hours before the set. Part 4. The drama. The label's panic. Behind the scenes, the music industry is in a state of total panic. Major executives were reportedly blindsided by the March meltdown. Billie is performing new material without copyright clearances, without sponsors, and, most importantly, without a price tag on the tickets. She's burning the playbook, one anonymous agent stated. She's proving she doesn't need the machine to reach the fans. She's breaking their hearts by showing them a world where the music is the only thing that matters. But as the tour reaches its final week in March, the question remains, is this a new beginning? Or a final goodbye before she vanishes again? As the final March date approaches, rumored to be a sunrise set at the Grand Canyon, the world is watching. Billie Eilish has transformed from a pop star into a myth. She has proven that in 2026, the most powerful thing an artist can be is unpredictable. She's not just breaking records anymore, she's breaking the very idea of what a tour should be. The music from this March will likely never be released. It exists only in the memories of the few who found the coordinates. But for Billie, that's exactly the point. The most beautiful things are the ones you can't keep. March 1st, 2026. The world was waiting for an announcement. After the record-breaking success of her 2025 world tour, the industry expected a massive summer stadium run. Instead, Billie Eilish deleted her entire Instagram presence. The website went dark. The fan club email stopped. For 24 hours, the most famous teenager on the planet simply vanished. But while the media was speculating about a retirement, a few thousand people in London were receiving a text message that would change the history of live music. A text message that contained nothing but a time, 3 o'clock, and a location: the Old Vic Tunnels. No tickets. No prices. No warnings. By 2:45 a.m., the line stretched for blocks. The air was cold. The vibe was nervous. At the front of the line, security didn't check IDs. They didn't even check names. They handed out heavy, lead-lined pouches. Phones inside, they said. If we see a screen, the music stops. When the doors opened, there was no stage. No barricades. Just a circle of floor lamps and a piano in the middle of a damp, brick-walled room. When Billie walked in, there were no cheers. Only a collective held breath. She looked tired. She looked real. And for the next 90 minutes, she performed a set that felt less like a concert and more like an exorcism. London was just the beginning. Over the next 2 weeks, the Ghost Tour hit Paris, Tokyo, and Sydney. The pattern was always the same: a 24-hour blackout, a cryptic text to local fan club members, and a performance in a space that was never meant for music. In Tokyo, she performed in an abandoned subway station. In Paris, it was the basement of a century-old library. Industry experts estimate that over 50,000 people attended these shows, yet not a single second of footage has leaked to the internet. She's reclaiming the moment, says music critic Marcus Thorne. In an era where every concert is recorded through a glass screen, Billie is forcing us to actually be there. It's the most rebellious thing a pop star has done in decades. But the Ghost Tour wasn't just a marketing stunt. It was a reaction. Sources close to Billie say she was breaking down under the weight of the massive, 100-person touring crew of 2025. She wanted to know if the music still worked without the lasers, the giant screens, and the pyrotechnics. She wanted to know if people still cared about her, or just the spectacle. During the Tokyo set, she reportedly stopped mid-song, sat on the floor, and just talked to the crowd for 20 minutes about her fear of being finished. It was the most vulnerable she had ever been, far away from the cameras of the Grammys or the prying eyes of the tabloids. The tour ended as abruptly as it began. On March 31st, the website simply flickered back to life with a single image, a photo of the empty Old Vic tunnels in London. No thank you post. No see you soon. Just the memory of the music for those who were lucky enough to be in the room. Billie Eilish didn't just tour in March 2026. She haunted the world. She proved that even in a digital age, some things are still sacred. Some things are still worth keeping for ourselves. Will we ever hear those songs again? Only Billie knows. But for 1 month in March, the world was quiet enough to actually hear her. For nearly 6 months, the world of pop music has been eerily quiet. After the final curtain call of the Hit Me Hard and Soft tour in November 2025, Billie Eilish didn't just leave the stage. She left the grid. No interviews. No social media. Just a sprawling silence that left fans wondering if they'd seen her final performance for years to come. But this March, the silence didn't just break. It shattered.